Hello, friends. Today I am going to discuss another frequently asked question in an interview, that is hobbies. It is an important focus area in the interview because hobbies they also find a mention in your resume. Through hobby, an interviewer will come to know about what kind of a person you are, what do you like, what are your interests, and why do you like so. So, what are the types of hobby? But first, we have to understand that there is a difference between hobbies, interests, and likings. They are not interchangeable words. Hobbies are basically pursuits with particular aim. For example, if a person likes to collect postal stamps of different countries as much as possible, a person likes to collect coins of different eras, that is a hobby, as much as possible. A person likes to get autographs of famous personality, that is a hobby. So hobby is different from interest or liking. Interest or liking are basically dependent on chance and availability. If you have if you get the time, if you get chance, if you get things are available, then you pursue it. For example, cricket. If we get time, chance, and availability, we pursue, we play. If we get a time to read a book, we read a book. If we get a time to listen to music, we listen to music. So there is a difference between hobbies and interests. So first you have to make sure when you are writing in your resume hobbies, either you should write hobbies which are, as I gave you an example, or you should replace hobbies with interests or liking. For example, people a lot of time put hobbies in their resume and under that heading they write playing cricket. Playing cricket cannot be your hobby, or singing cannot be your hobby. It can be your interest, it can be your liking, but it cannot be your hobby, because if cricket is your hobby, you are not fit for the interview, you are fit for the trial. Or if your hobby is singing, you are not fit for this interview, you must go to Indian Idol or Saregamapa, something like that. This is what the basic thing is. Now suppose if you say that your interest is playing cricket, let me give you an example. In an interview, an interviewer asked an interviewee, what are your hobbies? The interviewer said, I like to play cricket. He said, what do you play in cricket? Are you a bowler or a batsman? He said, I am a bowler. He said, what kind of a bowler you are? He said, I am a spin bowler. I am a off spinner. Then the interviewer asked a question, is it possible for a leg spinner to bowl a dusra? I repeat my question, is it possible for a leg spinner to bowl a dusra? The interviewee said, no, it's not possible. Only an off spinner can bowl a dusra. At this point of time, the interviewer said, no, you are wrong. A dusra can also be bowled by a leg spinner. Now, at this point of time, the interviewee retracted from the earlier position. He said, oh, sir, I am sorry, I was not aware of it. Maybe that is possible. Then the interviewer gave certain reasons and logic behind who can bowl a dusra, who cannot bowl a dusra, and things like that. In that case, the interviewee retracted from his earlier position. Now, if you retract in an interview from your earlier statement, it gives a negative impact. If you say something with full confidence and you stick to it. It doesn't matter what happens. You stick to your point. Number one. Number two, if you do not know, just say, sir, I do not know who can bowl a dusra and who cannot bowl a dusra. In fact, I do not know what dusra means. So point number one, that is important, that say what you know. If you do not know, don't say. Now let's say that, suppose you say that I like singing. It is a very good hobby or interest. Singing is a very good interest because interviewers, they like to hear this interest, singing. So if you say singing, they will definitely ask you to sing a song. Pick a song if you are a good singer, and say that you like singing only if you are confident that you are a good singer. If you are not a good singer and you have just written it for the sake of, or you are just saying it for the sake of saying, don't do that, because then you are going to land in trouble. So if you are a good singer, sing a good song, a song that is happy, a song that gives you confidence, and a song that is melodious. Now, suppose if you are not able to decide what hobbies I should, or what interest I should write. So let me give you an example. Cooking is one of the best answers I have ever experienced, because cooking is very versatile. This answer itself is very versatile, and there are very few cross questions that are available. Of course, if you structure your answer in a particular manner, then you are going to win the interviewer's impression and you are going to crack the interview. Let's say cooking. So why cooking? Because number one, cooking gives you a sense of proportion. Number one. Number two, it gives you a sense of balance. And number three, it gives you a sense of taste. Number four, if you are very tired, you come back from your work, you are very tired, and you eat good food, you feel very good. So good food will always make you feel good. Number five, when you prepare food for yourself, generally what happens is that you try to make the best of food because you are making it for your own self. Then you concentrate on preparing it. You have to calculate everything. You have to be very specific about the spices. You have to be very specific about the vegetables and the stuff you are using. And most of all, you have to be very creative. Sometimes in cooking, you can be creative or innovative. So cooking is a hobby that gives you innovation, that gives you creativity, that gives you a sense of balance. It gives you a sense of proportion. For 2 people, you use different spices. For 10 people, you use different method. It gives you a sense of taste. It gives you a sense of happiness. So cooking overall is a very good hobby. Now, when you say that, sir, as such, I don't have a hobby, it is all dependent on chance and availability, but I like to cook. The next question he is going to ask, definitely he is going to, what do you like to cook? So you say, sir, my favorite recipe is dum aloo. Now the third question he is going to ask is, okay, tell me the recipe of dum aloo. Now, if you know how to prepare dum aloo, it's okay. If you do not know, you can make up an answer. Sir, in order to prepare dum aloo, you have to take 4 potatoes, cut them equally in 4 pieces, take some onion, take some ginger, take some garlic, mix it, grind it, put some oil in the container, put the onion paste, ginger garlic paste, saute it till it gets brown, then put the potatoes, then put tomatoes, then put spices, and you cover the lid, simmer it for half an hour, and you are there with good dum aloo. Now, if you make up an answer like this, there are few things that you need to know that, for example, simmer it, for example, saute, for example, julienne cutting, for example, paste, for example, grinding. These are very common terms that can be seen. Number one. Number two, the other question he is going to ask is, sometimes they ask, okay, tell me names of 4 chefs. So names of 4 chefs, 4 famous chefs. You can Google them. You can have them with you. It's a very emphatic answer, and this answer with this answer you can arise curiosity in the interviewer, and the interviewer is going to definitely like. But remember, do not stick to a particular thing that I like to cook veg or I like to cook non-veg. Don't say that. Say whatever is available, I cook it, and I cook it innovatively. I cook it with proportion. I try to maintain a balance and I try to make it good so that I feel good. And with cooking, I think there are all these things that are important for you to concentrate and for you to keep in mind. So, cooking is the best hobby or the best interest. So, when you are preparing your resume, if you have a hobby that can be called as a hobby, write hobby or write interests. If you say playing chess, you must know about playing chess, all the moves, most of the fundamentals. If you say playing cricket, you must know the fundamentals of cricket. If you say that I like to sing, you must be a good singer. If you say I like to dance, then you must know certain things about dance. Either it is a classical dance or it is a contemporary dance. In contemporary dance, there are different things. In classical dance, there are different things. If you say that I like to read, be in touch with books and remember to answer this question. When you say that I like to read books, remember that you must take recent books. You should not go back 20 years and then say I like Charles Dickens. You cannot like Charles Dickens or you cannot like Shakespeare. You have to name some contemporary, some present writers so that you can create an impression. But overall, what I have seen is that people who say cooking, they face less cross questioning and the interview is very happy because listening about food and talking about food definitely gives you a good feeling. So I guess in preparing the answer, you must take all these things into consideration. If you have any other question, if you think that you have some hobby or you want some answer on it, you can write it in the comment box and I will get back to you. Thank you. Thank you very much.